Age-related problems would be somewhat trickier than the other applications of linear equations. The concept followed for this type of problem is all ages will be changing as years pass by. You are watching Mathematics of Engineering. Problem number 1 goes, 2 years ago a father was 4 times as old as his son. In 3 years, the father will only be 3 times as old as his son. How old was the father when his son was born? Let's denote S for the son's current age and F for the father's. It states 2 years ago, the age of the father is 4 times that of his son. With reference to his present age, the equation would turn as F less 2 is equal to 4 times S less 2. So simplifying, we would have F less 2 is equal to 4S minus 8, which would result to F is equal to 4S less 6, and this is taken as equation 1. The other statement discusses 3 years from present, and the father will be 3 times as old as his son. And again, simplifying the equation, we arrive at F plus 3 is equal to 3S plus 9, which would be F is equal to 3S plus 6, and this would be our equation 2. We now substitute equation 1 into equation 2, so we arrive at 4S less 6 is equal to 3S plus 6, and by arranging the terms, we have S is equal to 12. Take note that this is the son's current age. By replacing S with 12 in the first equation, we will have F is equal to 4 times 12 less 6, which is simplified to 48 less 6, and thus F is taken as 42, the father's current age. Now, answering the required. The age of the father when his son was born will just be subtracting their current ages, that is, 42 less 12, which will yield 30. The father was 30 years old when his son was born. Problem number 2. 2 years ago, the ratio of the ages of a boy and a girl was 3:4. In 8 years, their ages will be in the ratio 4:5. Find the sum of their ages now. Let's start by denoting B for the boy's current age and G for the girl's. The first statement discusses a past scenario which was 2 years ago. Thus, the equation would turn as B less 2 is to G less 2 as 3 is to 4. By cross multiplication, we get 4 times B less 2 is equal to 3 times G less 2. Expand the terms and arrive at 4B less 8 is equal to 3G less 6. From here, arrange the variables and constants to get 4B less 3G is equal to 2, which is our first equation. The second statement discusses the scenario 8 years from the present, stating B plus 8 is to G plus 8, which is equal to 4 is to 5. And again, multiply terms to get 5 times B plus 8 is equal to 4 times G plus 8. Expand once more to get 5B plus 40 is equal to 4G plus 32. And rearrange terms to arrive at 5B less 4G is equal to negative 8. From this point, let us extract B to substitute it later in the other equation. So B is equal to 4G less 8 all over 5. And this is taken as our second equation. Now, plug in B or equation 2 in equation 1. So we get 4 times 4G less 8 all over 5 minus 3G is equal to 2. Distribute 4 among the numerators, making the equation 16G less 32 all over 5 less 3G is equal to 2. Then taking the least common denominator, or LCD, we get 16G less 32 minus 15G all over 5 is equal to 2. Cross-multiply the denominator 5 to the other side and we get g less 32 is equal to 10, where we can get the value of g as 42. Next, replace g, which is 42, to equation 2. b would turn out as 4 times 42 less 8 all over 5. So b comes out as 32. Now that we have their ages, we can solve for the sum of their ages as g plus b, or 42 plus 32, which would give us 74. Problem number 3. Noel is 5 years older than Dennis and 10 years younger than Hilda. In 8 years, their combined ages will be 65. How old is Noel? Let us denote N for Noel's current age, D for Dennis, and H for Hilda's. At present, Noel is 5 years older than Dennis, so N is equal to D plus 5. And extracting D from the equation, we get D is equal to N less 5. Let us call this equation 1. Next, this statement says Noel is 10 years younger than Hilda, or N is equal to H less 10. And extracting H, we arrive at H is equal to N plus 10, which we will call our second equation. The other statement discusses 8 years from the present, is stating that the summation of their ages by that time will be 65. This we will call equation 3. To solve for Noel's age, we substitute both equations 1 and 2 in equation 3. So we get n plus 8 plus n less 5 plus 8 plus n plus 10 plus 8 is equal to 65. And by simplifying, we arrive at 3n is equal to 36. Divide both sides by 3. We get Noel's current age as 12 years old.